Alright, everyone, welcome back to part 4 of Starfish. We're just going to read through another 24-ish pages, which is going to put us at page 98 of a 244-page book. So, let's just get started. Sick and tired. When I don't go for a morning swim, Dad knows something's up. He finds me starfishing in bed, arms and legs stretched out. What's going on? I'm sick. I don't lie. He touches my forehead. No fever. Sick and tired of school. Anything happen I should know about? Just the usual. Kinda early in the year for a mental health day, isn't it? I've been dealing with this since kindergarten. I'm overdue. I moan. He takes off his tie. I'll reschedule my clients and call the school. Get well fast, though. Mom comes in from San Antone tonight. Dad's Texas twang turns tonight to tonight. Sure enough, I tip my pretend cowboy hat. The dad's characterization is still all over the place for me. The invite. Ellie, 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 Catalina calls out as I climb out of the pool where I've spent most of my mental health day. Her head pops over the fence. Do you like the frozen custard? She disappears and reappears. Mom says you can join us. She disappears and reappears. We're leaving in 5. I jump so she can see me over the fence, which is hard because of my weight, and even harder without a trampoline. I'll go ask my dad. I jump up again. Be right back. Catalina cracks up. We gotta get you a trampoline. Or spring in your shoes. Or stilts. She's still coming up with ideas, including getting a jetpack. A few minutes later, when I return, I jump up. He says yes. I don't add. Because Mom's not around to say no. I jump up again. I'll change and be right over. Watching us, Dad says, it's probably time to put a gate in the fence. I reek of eau de swimming pool chlorine, my signature perfume, when we pile in the van. Hi, Ellie. Her mom, Sonia, smiles at me. Catalina introduces me to the rest of her family. Call me Eduardo. Her dad gives me a mini wave. The big brother, Javier, second oldest, Natalia, third born, Isabella, and I'm the youngest, not the baby, Catalina says. Same here, I say as I struggle to squeeze between the second and third row seats. I have an idea, Javier says. I tense up, waiting for the joke. You two sit here. He pats on the second row seat. Nat, Izzy, and I will take the back. Good idea, Sonia says. Guess you'd always have the best. They accepted me, just as I am, in 5 seconds flat. Why can't my family do that? So this, I mean, don't get me wrong, she's like 11, 12, so I get this mentality, but we've had a couple of things say, like, tie into her weight. She has a struggle squeezing into the back seat. She has trouble jumping because of her weight. I don't really know where the author's going with this exactly, because it's painted so much like her biggest issues are around how people treat her, but at the same time, we've had like legitimate things that show that her weight is an issue for her in everyday life. Food chain. At the custard place, an overweight woman eyes me from head to toe and puckers her lips in disgust, as if she's bitten into a sour lemon. It doesn't make sense for another person to judge me, but a fat girl rule gives her the power. The fatter you are, the lower you are on the food chain. Then she looks over at Javier and grips her purse. I don't want her insulting Catalina's family, so I say, I only eat purses when I'm hangry. This custard's the best, isn't it? Catalina asks me, ignoring the lady. Looks like she loves it, a little too much, the rude woman says. She needs to lose weight. And you need to gain manners. Catalina hooks her arm around mine and whisks me away. This is the most I swear to God, all of the antagonists in this book are like cartoon villain caricatures. So this woman is clearly not only fat, fatphobic according to Fat Acceptance, but also racist, which kind of stems in that fat phobia is rooted in racism rhetoric, like that whole bullshit. And then the woman chimes in with a child that's not her own, talking about how she needs to lose weight, even though the woman herself is overweight. Like, am I just have I just been blessed and not dealt with these kind of people, or is this a little overdone? Alien encounter. Fat people have one superpower. Their eyes are rulers measuring spaces to see if they'll fit. I activate mine when Catalina's family picks out a pink picnic table. I'll fit, but it'll be tight. I suck in my stomach as we sit. Catalina scoots close to me and whispers, "Does that rude lady think I'm an alien?" Huh? I give Catalina a blank look. Earth to Ellie. Does she think I'm an alien? You know, like an illegal? An illegal alien? Duh! She gives me a Spock salute. What do you think I meant, a Vulcan? We laugh so hard my belly jiggles, drawing extra attention to it. I break a fat girl rule in public, and I don't care. I want to laugh with my friend. Then Catalina turns serious. Lots of people look at us, like that lady looked at Javier. I mean, we're Mexican Americans in Texas. We're the stereotype of illegals. Stereotypes stink. They give people an excuse to hate people who are different, instead of taking the time to get to know them. Nicely said. It's almost like you're a writer or something. She playfully elbows me. Then Catalina hangs down her head. I hate the way people look at us and how they treat us. Does everybody make somebody feel like nobody? There's something very saccharine about this. With the breaking the fat girl rule, the alien comment, the stereotype talk. It's very, like, saccharine isn't the right word. It's very, like, after school special, which I'm going to give it some leeway because this is a middle grade book, but it kind of feels like even for middle grade readers, it is on pretty thick. Shattering stereotypes. There's a fat girl rule I'm going to have to rethink. When eating out, never finish first. That's a rule because usually people expect you to wolf down food, as if you're out of control. But I eat ice cream so slowly, I end up sipping custard soup. I also eat slowly because I keep thinking about stereotypes. People stereotype me all the time, too. They think fat people are dumb. I'm at the top of my class. They think we're slobs. My room is spotless. They think we're unhappy. That's true. But they think I'm unhappy because I'm fat. The truth is, I'm unhappy because they bully me about being fat. Couple of different things in this one. They think people are dumb. I'm at the top of my class. They think we're slobs. My room is spotless. All that stuff. That really gives me the vibes of the very first training I had with my director of equity, who she was a Hawaiian woman, and she's like, I know that you all are probably thinking I'm Hawaiian, therefore I'm dumb and lazy. Never heard those stereotypes about Hawaiians before in my fucking life, by the way. But she's like putting that on everyone she's talking to, and she's like, but next year you're going to be calling me doctor, because she was in a doctorate program. And it's like, I mean, good for you, but what the fuck? What the fuck? I never put that on you. Like, that did not cross my mind. This gives me similar vibes. Also, the they think I'm unhappy because I'm fat. The truth is, I'm unhappy because they bully me about being fat. It gives me the Mean Girls one of, I don't hate you because you're fat. You're fat because I hate you. And, like, for a long time, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And I mean, as I got older, I understood what she was saying, but it's still so weird. Let it rip. This is what you'll find in the dictionary when you look up the definition of gym. Gym, noun, pronounced Jim. School approved body shaming session. Well, that's what it should say. Athletes love PE, an easy A. Everyone else just tries to survive it. If you don't have hang-ups about your body before you take phys ed, you will after. You're literally graded on what it can and cannot do. Like a pack of feral cats, with a trapped mouse. The other team tortures me slowly, during dodgeball by making me the last one standing. Then the players pounce, zinging me with all the balls at once, leaving stinging welts outside and in. Afterward, I change in a bathroom stall instead of the locker room. But my clothes aren't hanging on the hook where I left them. Laughter bounces off the cement block walls. I don't have butterflies in my stomach. I have pterodactyls. Fat girl rule. When you hear laughter, someone's laughing at you. Still in my gym uniform, I square my shoulders and slam open the stall door. I find Marissa trying on my new orange peasant top. Hey, Courtney, Marissa yells. 2 people can probably fit. In Splash's shirt. Try it on with me. No way, Courtney yells back. Not getting fat girl cooties all over me. When I hear a seam rip, something rips in me. I turn into a feral cat cornering 2 mice. Enough ski slope nose and moon crater face. Each girl freezes, like an armadillo in headlights, under my glare. I snatch my shirt out of Marissa's hands. Got something to say about my body when you have obvious flaws too? We were just joking. Lighten up, Marissa tells me. They silently slip on their clothes, and I go back to the stalls to dress. I won't raise my hand in any classes today, so no one will see the rip in the armhole. Standing up for myself is a good thing, right? So why do I feel so mean, so sad? I kind of wish she would explore her feelings after standing up for herself first, because I actually think that this is something that's actually decent to address when you're not used to standing up for yourself, especially as a kid. Standing up to yourself can feel like you are bullying someone because you're not used to like expecting a certain level of decorum in discussions and stuff towards you, especially as a kid. I think I kind of hope that they at least expand and explore that feeling she has. That being said, she did hurl insults back, but as an 11, 12-year-old, I think she still handled that as best she could, given that we are led to believe that this has been years in the making. So, and the whole ripping, like, I don't have much to say about the interaction itself, but would like to comment on the fat girl rule. When you hear laughter, someone's laughing at you. That is such a toxic mindset to have, and while I understand that she's 11 or 12 years old, so like it's normal to think that when people are laughing at you. Even for adults, that's like a common thing. I don't like that that's made into a rule, and I don't like that that rule is then validated within the storyline, because it gives credence to people's paranoia. And while sometimes people can be laughing at you, in general, I find that it's better to assume not until proven otherwise. And this kind of, when people are laughing, they're definitely laughing at you, kind of gives me the vibes of that fat fab feminist when she thought someone was talking about her at a restaurant and then left and then came back, confronted him with her camera. Like, it just leads to some very aggressive moments that don't necessarily need to happen, you know? And it's not like in this situation it was validated. But in, especially in situations out in public, it's not necessarily, it can be overblown in the person's mind, you know? Sibling bribery. Forget sibling rivalry. I'm all about sibling bribery. Mom, Dad, and Anais are busy, so Liam's supposed to drive me home. But he offers me $20 to take a dart bus instead. I take it and make him give me cash for the fare, too. Liam's taking some girl to the mall. I get it. Who wants their kid sister tagging along? But I'm not supposed to use public transportation until I'm 13. That's a little over a year away, so I'll be fine. With an app, I figure out which bus I need. But as soon as I sit down, I realize I've made a mistake. 2 teenagers start in on me. Please, I beg of you, kill me if I ever look like that. Oh, trust me, I would. An old woman pats my hand. I think she's trying to comfort me, until she says, "Chubby, aren't you?" and pinches the fat on my left arm. Ouch, I say, jerking back. I bolt up to get off at the next stop. As others get off the bus and some try to get on, I become a pinball, bounced and sent flying into someone else, then someone else, over and over. Finally, the crowd parts and I'm off the awful bus. I take a deep breath, thinking I finally caught a break, then I smell it. The earthy scent of the first raindrops of a storm. I can't run fast enough to escape, and I don't know where to go anyway, so I'll close my eyes and let the rain wash over me until lightning crackles. Hurry! An arm taps my shoulder. This way! It's Catalina, my friend. This seems more like a nightmare sequence than something that would actually happen. Like maybe the teenager's comments, like maybe being, I could see teenagers being kind of bitchy like that, but then the older woman kind of pinching her and like, granted, I'm not from Texas, but where I am, like touching someone else and pinching, even on public transit, would not necessarily be common. Like there is a little bit of physical proximity and unavoidable like touching shoulders, that sort of thing, but that's not like insanely common. Texas Twister. I thought I'd have to swim home. I wipe my face as it's just wet from the rain. Not tears after we climb into Javier's car, full of Catalina's sisters. Good thing Catalina spotted you. It's a wicked storm. I'm going to pull over. I can barely see. Javier parks at a convenience store. There's a song for every occasion, Catalina says, and blares En La Tormenta by Diez Divertidos from her phone. The five of us bebop to the beat, rocking the car, until we hear the tornado siren. Let's make a run for the store, Javier shouts, and we dash through the rain. Inside we hear the news. A tornado hit the next town, and it's spinning straight towards us. Busted. I'm not a goody two-shoes, or tattletale by choice. It's just that I can never get away with breaking any kind of rule. I always get caught. Dad texts, "Where are you and Liam? Are you okay? It's terrible out." I'm busted. I text back. Liam went to the mall, paid me to take a dart bus. I got off at wrong stop. I don't lie. Safe with Catalina, taking shelter at a store. Explain more later. Yes, you will. All caps. Crap. The tornado turns into a funnel cloud and fades away. When we get the all clear, I quickly stock up on snacks for my secret stash. I'm going to need them. I may never see the light of day again. Fix Mom's thinking. If only you could exchange siblings, like you can horrible gifts. I'd trade Liam for Javier in a heartbeat. When I thank him for the ride home, he smiles and says, "No problem, kiddo. Glad you didn't have to swim home after all." "Wanna do homework together?" Catalina asks. I wish, but I can't today. Doctor's appointment. Catalina tucks her head into her shirt like a turtle into its shell. A makeshift mask from germs. You sick? Not that kind of doctor. A therapist. It slips out. What? She unturtles. Mom thinks something's wrong with me since I'm as big as a whale. Well, that is messed up. Gee, thanks. No, your mom's thinking, not you. Could Catalina be right? Could it be Mom's thinking that needs fixing, and not me? Here's the thing, like again, there's some like Mom clearly needs some help herself. Mom is like downright abusive, and Mom, I think, is more to blame for Ellie's weight than Ellie is. Mom wanting to help her lose weight in a nutshell, just the thought itself. We're not going to go into Mom's methods for that because that's what's kind of fucked up. But Mom wanting her daughter to get down to a healthy weight isn't bad thinking. It's all kind of mixed up together because unfortunately the mom is like this cartoon villain that is abusive. So I don't just I don't like it. Missing Viv. Survived a storm thanks to Catalina, but may not survive my punishment for riding a dart bus. Hey, no texting while I'm talking, Dad says as he drives me to see Doc. But Viv heard about the tornado and wanted to know if we're okay. I had to tell her what happened. Just then my phone pings, and Dad sighs. Why were you riding that bus? With Catalina? I'm jealous. You still love me best? Text yes or no. LOL. I start to reply, but Dad interrupts. That's enough. But Dad, no buts. I want to know what in Sam Hill made you think it was okay to ride the bus by yourself. I had no other way to get home, I tell him. Where was Liam? He asks. Liam had a date. Well, now, this story has more twists than Pretzel Factory. Dad shakes his head as he drums his fingers on the steering wheel. Liam will be in a mess of trouble. You can hang your hat on that. But you're a smart girl, Ellie. You could have called me or your Aunt Zoe. I expect you to make a better decision, one that will keep you safe. If something like this ever happens again, you hear? I nod and cry. Dad thinks my tears won't stop because of what Liam did. Who cares about him? I'm crying because I didn't get to reply to Viv's text. I'm crying because she's so far away. I'm crying because I'm missing Viv so much. I don't really have much to say about this one, so we're going to just move on to the next. Let there be light. Sabers. What's more frightening than a twister coming at you is a tornado of emotions inside you. I want to talk to Viv, not a therapist. I flop down on the couch. What's going on? Doc asks. I fold my arms across my chest. Oh, we're back to that again. Got it. If you need anything, I'll just be over there, practicing my Jedi training. She walks over to the shelves, stocked with games and art supplies, grabs a lightsaber, and turns it on. She spins and slices through the air in some kind of imaginary duel. She grabs another saber and throws it at me. Help me, OBL. Oh, what the heck. I join the battle. Every time I strike Doc's lightsaber, nope. Every time I strike Doc's saber, she defends herself. So tell me about school. Marissa and Courtney. Oh yes, the dark side, she chimes in. Marissa put on my new shirt after gym, told Courtney they'd probably both fit in it, and it ripped. I lunge, strike a low blow. Doc steps up onto a chair to escape. I swing, she defends, and we lock sabers, form an X. Did you attack back? I made fun of Marissa's nose and Courtney's acne. Doc steps closer. The sabers hum and buzz, glow red and blue. Did that feel good? Actually, no. She turns off her saber. Let's start with that. I flop back down on the couch when I tried to stand up for myself. Why did I end up feeling worse than when they bully me? Think about our little duel. What did you learn? That you like toys? True, but focus on the battle. Did I ever use my saber to strike you? I shake my head. So I can defend myself without attacking others? Good Jedi you are. Glad that that's brought that you can defend yourself without attacking others. It needs a bit more explaining because to expect a kid to kind of figure out how to do that on their own, it's a lot to ask. It's not that they're incapable, but it's really hard for them, and it helps if you start with maybe some scripts or something that they can say in certain circumstances, and then they can start to pick up from there. But we'll see how this goes. Technology tricks. When grown-ups fully understand technology, kids will be in trouble. Until then, we rule the planet. To punish me, Dad took my phone so I can't text. But I have a computer and I can email text to Viv. I'm grounded. No phone for now. That's why I didn't answer. No reason to be jealous of Catalina. You and I are besties. Will always be. I hate that you're 1,000 miles away. She replies, feels like a million. So tell me about this storm and bus thing. I tell her everything that happened and ask, so how was your day? She replies, equally horrible. The divorce is final. I'm officially without a family. If only I could text a hug. And that puts us at 94 pages. So we are right at about 40% of the way through the book. And so far, it's been a lot of cartoon caricature sort of villains, a lot of self-pity, and there's been like a couple of decent messages in there, but it's been so incredibly muddled with other shit. Funny thing, during book fair, we asked for this book is one of the um award nominees for my state's middle grade award book through the State Library Association. So for book fair, we get any books that Scholastic puts out, and we got Starfish as one of the books, but Starfish was the one that we got the most of. Not a single one sold. None of the kids are interested in this. Um, Surprisingly, for the school library that does follow this, the other library makes their own challenge, like their own award nominee thing. But for the one that follows the state award nominees, it's been checked out fairly regularly. But so has all the other challenge books. I think maybe the kids just want to um, read through them all, and then they have to answer so many questions in order to fulfill a requirement to be able to participate in this little party we have for kids that have read all 6 of the challenge books, the award books. So I'm thinking maybe that's it. But yeah, there was no the all of our copies of Starfish went unsold at both schools. So it kind of gives me some hope that the kids aren't enjoying this so much that maybe they're not internalizing some of the messages in this. But let me know what you think of this story so far. You guys had some really insightful stuff. Someone said in the last part that there was a little bit of an issue with dealing with emotions through a shopping spree, and as a way to deal with the negative emotion through retail therapy. And I thought that was a really good point. So I'd love to hear more from you guys. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.